hit 'em, cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we throw the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
Hurts throwing right away. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. 2-time Pro Bowler.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the numbers you're really looking for.
First down, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
That one a first down pickup of 8. The Cowboys hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And the way they played last week defensively, when I watched the tape, I had to stop it a couple of times and count to make sure there were just 11 guys on their side of the field because they covered every angle and thoroughly shut down the other side. Hold them just 7 points total. They do that again, that'll get the job done one more time in a big way.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
From the 36. Prescott dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Christian Kirk deep to return it. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 9. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. No score as of yet. Defenses have ruled here into the 2nd quarter, but here's another 3rd down situation to check in on. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. At least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they like to let them stand.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where you see the final score there. Carson Wentz leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Marcus Mariota, over 300 yards passing in the victory with a couple of touchdown passes as well. And lastly, it's a second straight Monday night devoted to the AFC West. We had the Raiders-Chiefs last week. This time, it's the Broncos and the Chargers from SoFi. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys lead on the road in Philly as we send you back up to Lincoln Financial Field and rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Steps away. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott now. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. On second down, Elliott. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The give is to Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. He'd appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and now he can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000-yard seasons and 24 touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league. He gives Philly the type of wide receiver one the team hasn't had in almost a decade.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts and completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd and short. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The kick by Elliott is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Elliott. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 75. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 15. Under a minute 20 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts throw here, take it in as he's able to find Goddard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Into the hands of Sanders. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. From midfield now on 2nd down. Hurts. On the move past the 40. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the gun, it's Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping with just a field goal? That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not in it yet. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all VBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Again, everyone, I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Play action. It's Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Well, let's face it, when you hold someone to just 6 points in a game, the feeling that you have among your team is that you're not going to lose very many of those. That's the way to get it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings him out.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Goff. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Goff. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Play action now. Prescott being chased out left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play. To scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On play action, Prescott. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover it for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Garibay on to attempt the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. They've won a few in the years following. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Gong. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sack.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense. Coming up that big completion to prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Pollard again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Prescott off play action. Rolling to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up, but obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 21-0. Kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We begin here in the Sunshine State. The New York Giants heading south to take on Jacksonville. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Prescott on first down. That is caught by Lamb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard, and he edges forward. Gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside give to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Open man right side, it's Lamb. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Garibay on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On second down, Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Here's Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. And this is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now Elliott. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, I tell you, Ezekiel Elliott, he is just built like a bowling ball, and he powered his way into the end zone there.
I love that description of him because when you think about Zeke, you think about lower body strength and those legs churning and creating extra yardage.
Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Goff now looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Open man right side is Shark. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 24, Goff toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Throwing again is Goff. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 102 yards rushing now for Zeke. He's got a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On second down, Elliott. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy.
Yeah.
In addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there.
Biggie, honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad, well, I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad it. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that we when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only care about what the pay till I say. Urge you wanna be. Don't got a whip and brag on no petty. Look, I talk with that on your hip. And he ain't gon' rip it up. Pocket. Empty the like show me Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. When you he not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm by that. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like it. I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hiding the shank. I'm no keep it, I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, stop trying to look. You do not come for me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they text and calls. Run me that making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on past, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm by that. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. When I get that daily paper, stop playing me. Pap.
My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. Bloodsuckers that see this industry is filled with sheep. People that pretend to be something that they will never be.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Again, everyone, I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
Justin Fields endured some literal growing pains his rookie season, taking hits and being forced to run for it behind a porous offensive line. But he also had moments where he showed his upside as a franchise quarterback. He did win 2 of his first 3 starts and had a 100-yard rushing game against San Francisco in Week 8. Several offseason changes in Chicago should help get Fields some help in year 2.
Fields going to throw right away. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The numbers for Zeke from last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott rolling to his right.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now, because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now, because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
The give is to Elliott, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. They'll try again with Elliott, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott
hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns.
It is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And this will be a Bears first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Fields going to keep it once more. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields out to his left. Man open. That's Byron Pringle complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fields on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Fields going to hold on to it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Well, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
But trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
The Cowboys at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they take it over, we step aside. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. Fields throw taken in by Pringle.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it 1 play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Well, this is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute, but first let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And at the half, they are down to the visiting Dolphins in that one. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott on the move to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll go down at the 28. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A give to Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now Prescott on 4th down. Steps away. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jake Ferguson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
An extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now Fields.
And that is incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. To the air again, Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard.
Now it's Fields.
Got an open man, it's Pringle.
And he will have the Bears 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. On 1st down, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Elliott. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Justin Jones there on the stop. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On second down, Elliott once more. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Back to throw. Fields. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here we go on fourth down. Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah. Colossal. What I say is gospel. I cook this with love. They gon' eat it up and swallow me. I'm from the ghetto, babe. Seen bodies in the street before I could tweet. I came from nothing. I turned a mustard seed into a million in the discussion. Had a TED talk with the higher me, show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself. Can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league. I gave my mama some racks and she asked me if I'm selling. I said, mama, please. If I was, do you think I'd let you know? Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. This is God-given, so I thank her as I go. This gon' sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Yeah, got power from my head to my feet. Yeah, run up on me, maybe so you gon' see. Chase, I just attract what you put in, you get back. I'm screaming Campbell, then still hit the dance and wherever I'm at. Feel like a champion, mamba mentality. I am the masterpiece, life is the crap. These love me and I can't resist it, but I'm only guilty of slipping too fast. Life is by legacy, what lies ahead of me, helping it get peace.